going on, everybody? Welcome to Apocalypse Movies. I'm Jacob Bartley. This is
Gio Ramos, what's going on?
And this is our report on the 2017 Oscar nominations. They were released earlier this morning. And while we have not seen every movie that's been nominated or every performance that has been nominated, we're going to talk about these nominations and talk about the stuff that we have seen, maybe give some predictions on who we think is going to win, and just give our reactions to the announcement of the nominations. Now, we're not going to go over every single category. We're going to talk about the major categories, mainly Best Picture, all four of the performance categories, Best Director, maybe Best Animated, and then maybe a couple other little awards that we want to talk about, anything that myself or Gio wants to bring up. So let's get right into it. What do we got first, Gio?
All right, first up, we have the nominations for Best Picture. There are 9 this year.
9. I think that's the most ever. I don't know if there's ever been
Ever
10
since
or
they
9.
changed it to 10?
Yeah.
Probably. All right, so for Best Picture, we have Arrival, we have Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, and Moonlight.
Okay, so I have not seen Moonlight, Hidden Figures, or Lion, but I have seen the rest of the movies. And all right, my top 2 are Hacksaw Ridge and La La Land. But as far as what I want to win, I want Hacksaw Ridge to win. I had it in my top 5 movies of the year. I think it's a better film than La La Land, but La La Land is the favorite. It has the most buzz.
Such an achievement.
Arrival is fantastic. That was also in my top 10 of the year. Hell or High Water is incredible. I'm so happy to see a film like Hell or High Water get nominated. This is a good example of a film that came out earlier in the year. This came out end of the summer, I think.
Yeah.
It had a lot of buzz back then, and it survived and got nominated. I'm so excited to see that film get nominated. There are a few films missing that I would like to see here. Now, again, I have not seen Moonlight, Lion, or Hidden Figures, so I can't say whether or not I would knock those films out. But a few movies that I think should be on this list are... I honestly think Deadpool could have had a chance to get a nomination, and because of how unique it is, and the storytelling and the script and everything and the direction and the performance, I think it definitely could have got a chance to get nominated for Best Picture. Would have loved to see that on there. Sing Street, man, I would have loved to see Sing Street on there.
Yeah, that was a really great movie. Yeah,
out of the movies I've seen, I can only comment on the movies I've seen. I would put Sing Street over Fences, and maybe even Arrival. So I would take Fences out, put Sing Street. If it were up to me, out of the films that I've seen. One more film that I honestly think should have got consideration to get nominated for Best Picture is The Edge of 17. It was my number 4 movie of the year. I absolutely loved this film, and I honestly think it was quality enough to get a Best Picture nomination. I would take Fences off and put Edge of 17 as well if it had it up to me. But again, Hacksaw Ridge, La La Land, I think it's going to be up to those two. La La Land will probably win. Gio, you've seen a few of these movies.
I've seen 2 of these 9 movies.
Okay, so just how do you feel about the nominations in general, and just who out of the 2 movies that you've seen, which ones do you think are?
I think it's a very diverse selection. Obviously the Oscars have had some controversy last year, so this could be them, saying we've learned our lesson. We're gonna, open it more to movies that necessarily don't deserve to win, but deserve to get some recognition. So I'm glad to see that. Look, all right, Arrival. It's probably, from what I've heard, it's one of the more intelligent movies of the year.
Yeah, it really is.
So unlike anything that has ever been done in the sci-fi genre, or in an alien invasion movie, you could say. Fences, like Denzel Washington, Viola Davis.
It's a really good movie. It's that movie is the performances.
Yeah.
I think Viola Davis. I'll get to that later. Great performances, Viola. I'll get to that later, though.
Hidden Figures. I think it's a very important movie.
I need to see it.
Seeing the trailers and just the story of how these women, were so, back then they were so important to what was achieved, in United States history. And I think it's a very important film today. La La Land, you've heard the buzz and all the...
It's the favorite right now, for sure.
And Manchester by the Sea, all I hear from that movie is Casey Affleck. So, but...
Again, I didn't think about this, but I would I would put Sing Street and Edge of 17 over Manchester by the Sea. It's a really good movie, and Casey Affleck is phenomenal in it. But the movie itself wasn't like Best Picture winner worthy for me.
Yeah. So, okay, let's move on to actor in leading role. Best actor. Nominations are Casey Affleck from Manchester by the Sea, Andrew Garfield from Hacksaw Ridge, Ryan Gosling from La La Land, Viggo Mortensen from Captain Fantastic, and Denzel Washington from Fences. What do you think?
Okay, again, I have not seen Mr. Fantastic. I plan on seeing all the things that I missed.
Fantastic.
Oh, what did I say?
You think of Marvel, right?
Oh, did I say Captain Fantastic? My bad. But I plan on seeing. I want to see Lion, Moonlight, and Hidden Figures. I plan on seeing all those, and I plan on seeing Captain Fantastic. But I have seen all of the other 4 performances. Now, this can go either way, but I think it's between 3 names, really. I think it's between Ryan Gosling, Casey Affleck, and Andrew Garfield. Now, Casey Affleck is the favorite. And I think Ryan Gosling, because Ryan Gosling's great in La La Land, but because of how much buzz the movie's getting itself, and because how great Emma Stone is in that movie, I almost said Emma Watson, Emma Stone, he's being elevated because of the quality of the film. So I think he's in second, and I think a chance goes to Andrew Garfield. I kind of want Andrew Garfield to win, but I love Casey Affleck. He's one of my favorite actors, and I think Casey Affleck will win, and I think deservingly so. And I do want him to win. I think it's between Garfield and Affleck in this one.
Yeah.
And what about you? You've seen a couple of these, right?
One.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
Andrew Garfield and Hacksaw Ridge. I love that movie. I think this is the year of Andrew Garfield, even if he doesn't win.
Well, a lot of people are saying, like, when you vote for him this year, they're voting for both of his performances in a way. So, like, when you consider voting for Andrew Garfield, they're like, oh, he did Silence too. So you kind of give him for like his effort throughout the whole year in a way.
Maybe that's not the right way to vote, but that's the mindset of a lot of these voters. And
they have the right to think however they want when they go vote, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
yeah, of course.
Not even if it's not right, you know?
And, I mean, it's tough for me to say on the other ones. I mean, Denzel Washington, that first trailer for Fences, man, that was very convincing.
Crazy good.
And
crazy good.
Ryan Gosling, I mean, this guy's hella talented. He's so talented.
He's great.
And just him singing and, doing all the dancing, that's not an easy role.
Like I said, I will go watch all of these movies again with you.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely check them out. Okay, so let's go to Best Actress in a Leading Role. This one is the most controversial because I've read some things online about we'll get to that later. Okay, so we have Isabelle Huppert from Ellie. We have Ruth Negga from Loving. We have Natalie Portman for Jackie. We have Emma Stone for La La Land, and Meryl Streep for Florence Foster Jenkins.
Well, I've only seen one of these movies, which is La La Land, and from what I'm hearing about the buzz, Emma Stone is the favorite. I haven't seen the other films. I will definitely be checking them out for sure, because I like to know what I'm comparing things to. Like, I can't say Emma Stone should win if I haven't seen the other movies, so I will eventually see these, but Emma Stone definitely deserves this nomination. She's fantastic in La La Land. And I think she will end up winning based on what I'm hearing, but I'm definitely going to check out the other performances.
I've heard great things from Natalie Portman.
Yes, I've heard
Jackie.
she's great, yeah.
What do you think about Amy Adams not getting one for Arrival? I mean, again,
See, I haven't seen these movies, but I don't think Amy Adams was that great. She's really good in Arrival, but I don't think she's that great in the film. Like, it doesn't stand out to me as an Oscar-worthy performance, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it were up to me, and like I said, I haven't seen those, but I think Haley Steinfeld from The Edge of 17, and I'm not just being biased because I love that movie so much, she is great in that film. And she's been nominated for an Oscar before, so she has it in her.
Yeah. I ain't seen none of these movies, but I will get there. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm just here to read the list, so I'm going to do that for you, okay? All right, we got Best Actor in a Supporting Role, and the nominations are, help me say this one,
Mahershala Ali
for Moonlight.
And he's also from Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah. And we have Jeff Bridges from Hell or High Water. We have Lucas Hedges from Manchester by the Sea. Dave Patel from Lion, and Michael Shannon from Nocturnal Animals.
So I haven't seen Moonlight or Lion, so I can't comment on Patel or Ali, but I'll compare Jeff Bridges, Michael Shannon, and Lucas Hedges. I am so glad to see Lucas Hedges in there because he was great in Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
Their relationship. So this movie is very hard to watch. It's very sad, very dark in a way. But the relationship between Casey Affleck and the kid who plays his nephew, Lucas Hedges, is so charming, and they just like talk shit to each other the whole movie, but you know they love each other. They're both in this circumstance they didn't ask to be in, and while this movie is very sad and deals with some really dark themes, their relationship and where it goes is like the silver lining of it all. Like it's like in these sad moments and these tragic things that happen in life, there's always a good side to it. There's always a light side, a silver lining, and his character portrayed that side of the movie, and he was absolutely great in the film. Like, I'm so happy to see him nominated.
So who's your pick?
I'm just commenting on his performance. Jeff Bridges, awesome in Hell or High Water. Michael Shannon, amazing in Nocturnal Animals. I'm so glad to see all three of these names. Three names that I wasn't sure were going to get nominated. Now, if I have to pick from the three names, the three performances that I have seen, I'm going to go with Michael Shannon from Nocturnal Animals. He was awesome in that movie, and he really stands out in the film. But Lucas Hedges is a close second. Jeff Bridges is great, but out of those, I think it's either Shannon or Hedges. But I haven't seen the other two performances. I have a feeling Ali's going to end up winning the whole thing.
Yeah, because he's, the buzz.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such a powerful film that I'm hearing. So we'll see.
All right, so let's move on to Best Actress in a Supporting Role. We have Viola Davis in Fences. We have Naomi Harris in Moonlight. We have Nicole Kidman, Lion. Octavia Spencer, Hidden Figures. And Michelle Williams from Manchester by the Sea.
Okay, so I've only seen two of these performances. Viola Davis from Fences and Michelle Williams from Manchester by the Sea. Michelle Williams is great in the film, but like she doesn't have a lot of screen time, so if two actresses are great, but one is in like the whole entire movie and one is only in like 3 or 4 scenes, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to the actress who's in the whole entire movie, and that's Viola Davis. And regardless of that, she's incredible. Mm-hmm. After I watched this movie, I said she's going to win an Oscar this year. Without knowing the nominations, I said that she's going to win this Oscar. In my review of Fences, I said she's going to win an Oscar. You can make an argument that she's the lead actress in that film because she's in a lot of it. I can't believe how great she is. Her and Denzel are insane in that movie. Like, it's some of the best performances I've ever seen.
All right, so let's go to Best Director. We have Denis Villeneuve for Arrival. We have Mel Gibson for Hacksaw Ridge. We have Damien Chazelle for La La Land. We have Kenneth Lonergan from Manchester by the Sea. And Barry Jenkins from Moonlight. What do you think?
Alright, so I haven't seen Moonlight, so can't comment on that. But the big story here is to see Mel Gibson nominated for Hacksaw Ridge. A lot of people didn't think that the Academy was going to forgive him for his past. And I think this is a statement that they have. They're going to focus on his art, and he really deserves this nomination. I think Hacksaw Ridge is arguably the best film of the year. Like, I give it a 10 out of 10. I've only given 4 movies a 10 out of 10 in my whole entire life. I give Hacksaw Ridge a 10 out of 10. So I want Gibson to win. I just found out Denis Villeneuve, his name is actually Denis Villeneuve. That's how you pronounce it.
Denis Villeneuve.
That's how you pronounce it.
Gotcha.
He did a brilliant job, but it's going to go to Damien Chazelle. He has all the momentum right now. La La Land is getting so much buzz. Like I said earlier, Manchester by the Sea wasn't that great of a movie. It's really good, but not great. Mm-hmm. So I think it's between Gibson and Chazelle, but I think it's going to go to Chazelle, but I want Gibson to win really, really bad.
Yeah. All right, so we've done most of the major categories. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
So I've only seen 2 movies in the animated category. I still need to watch Moana. I don't know what I'm thinking. But Kubo and the Two Strings, Zootopia, both amazing films. I was so surprised by Kubo and the Two Strings and Zootopia. I'm rooting for Zootopia because I absolutely love that movie. It's in my top 10 films of the year. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what these other 2 movies are. The Red Turtle and My Life as a Zucchini. But I think Moana's going to win. I've heard a Moana brings back that classic Disney feel, that the music is great, and I heard it's a fantastic film. Still need to see it, and I will get around to it. But my prediction is Moana My want is Zootopia.
Let's talk about cinematography real quick, because there's a film in here that I'm kind of surprised, isn't getting much Oscar buzz. So you have for best cinematography, you have Arrival, La La Land, Lion, Moonlight, and Martin Scorsese's Silence. So I know you've seen about 3 of these movies on this category. Like cinematography, you know what it's about. So just give your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I'm surprised Silence isn't getting anything other than that.
Yeah.
I mean, the cinematography is beautiful in Silence. You've seen it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Out of those 3, I'll give it to Arrival. I think Arrival will win that, and it's Bradford Young who's doing the Han Solo movie, which is awesome. But I do think Silence looks beautiful, and I'm surprised it's not getting Best Director nomination or Best Picture. I think Silence is a better movie than Fences, and I think it's better than Fences. Maybe not Manchester by the Sea. It's kind of a toss-up between those 2, but I'm surprised it didn't get nominated, honestly, especially when 10 are allowed and only 9 got nominated.
Yeah. Other things that stand out to me, at least, are original score. You have 2 from La La Land. It's a musical, obviously.
Yeah.
You got
it's original song. Yeah, 2 from La La Land.
Original song.
And then Moana.
How Far Will I Go? Yeah. How Far I'll Go from Lin-Manuel.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Look, this stands out to me. Makeup and hairstyling.
All right, take this in for a second. The Oscar-nominated Suicide Squad.
The Oscar-nominated
Suicide Squad. Makeup and hair design.
Wow.
Deservingly so.
How do you feel right now?
Deservingly so. And Star Trek Beyond. Makeup and hair design, that Chris Pine hair, man, you can't. It's hard to do.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, like, if Suicide Squad wins an Oscar, they're going to be like, the Oscar-nominated Suicide Squad.
Real quick, let me ask you, Gio. Hacksaw Ridge was your favorite film of the year.
Yes.
You really were rooting for Mel Gibson to get nominated because you think people should separate personal life and art.
Yeah.
And as long as they don't kill someone or rape someone or something like that.
Yeah.
But so how do you feel about that? About what it means for the Academy to give Gibson and Hacksaw Ridge both nominations?
I think it's a very, very important and right thing for them to do. Look, Mel Gibson, he has been in Hollywood jail for
a long
years.
time.
10 years.
Long time.
And I feel like we're talking about the year of comebacks. Mel Gibson, M. Night Shyamalan. The Oscars, they love a comeback story.
Yeah.
They would love nothing more than Mel Gibson to win Best Director, and for journalism alone, that's just a great story about how a guy who just took all the criticism, kept his head down, and then when he found the right project, he not only delivered something good, he delivered something magnificent.
Amazing. It's a masterpiece. Hacksaw Ridge is a masterpiece.
Yeah, and just what that film did, it's so powerful. Watch Hacksaw Ridge after you watch Split. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I think it's important. I'm rooting for him. He's, to me, it's last year with Stallone, give the man his Oscar.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, he's already won for Best Director and Best Picture. He ain't got nothing to prove. But man, that would be amazing.
He proves that he still has it. And whatever Mel Gibson directs any year will be one of my most anticipated movies that year.
Yeah. So, bravo, Oscar.
All right, well, we can't cover every category, but we just wanted to cover the major categories and some of the main things that give our thoughts and predictions, cover the stuff that we have seen. I plan on seeing most of the nominations for the main categories. And as I do that, once I see every performance or direction in of the categories, I'm going to put out separate editorial videos ranking each performance or each movie or each category. So once I do that, I'll do that for all the major categories. So keep an eye out for that, and keep an eye out for everything else we're doing here at Apocalypse Movies. We've got a bunch of things: movie reviews, the Padawan podcast, our weekly movie news podcast, editorials, trailer reaction reviews, bunch of stuff going on. Again, I'm Jacob Bartley. Gio Ramos here. Thank you for reading off the movies for me. I really appreciate it. We are Apocalypse Movies. Please subscribe and hit that like button. We truly do appreciate it. And as always, take care.